What's up, guys? Welcome back. I hope you all had a great holiday break. We are going to jump back into the main file here, and we're headed back to Tomorrowland, I believe. Yes, Tomorrowland. This will be the Tomorrowland episode. More Epic Mickey stuff. I like this game. This game is fun. It's not a good game. It's definitely very nostalgia based. I love this game because this game originally came out in like 2012, and this was my childhood. That's the main reason I play this, but also because it's kind of one of those games where I can just turn my brain off and play it and have at the, you know. But anyway, hope you had a good holiday break. I know I did. I've got new content to do now, so thanks to the various innovations, I can now... I closed the game before the cutscene properly saved. Oops. Whoopsie. It's okay, we'll just skip that, it's fine. You guys don't need the lore, you're not here for the lore. I assume. Maybe you are. I don't care if you are. If you want to go experience this game, you're probably a little weird. But that's okay, we like weird. The game is about $50-ish. It might go on sale, but Disney's kind of a bitch, so maybe not. But the game is good. Game good. It's definitely worth it, I would say. But anyway, I will say I have gotten my hands on the Dark Revival. So that's a video coming out soon-ish. I say soon. Soon is going to be in, like, a couple of months. But I am going to do the same black and white challenge. I'm currently in the middle of the test run for that one, because I want to get the general feel of the rundown before I dive straight into it. But maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just blind experience it with you guys. I've gotten up to King Widow in that run, so... we'll see how that goes. Where are we with Power Sparks? Will it tell me? Dooba-dooba-dooba-doo. Nope. Okay, I have no idea how many Power Sparks I have. Normally there's one on top of the Gag Factory here. Already been collected. That's good. Actually, wait, no. There's a fairly simple quest here, I believe. Actually, never mind. It's no big deal. I think it's pretty hard to get behind on Sparks in this section, because of the bunnies that appear when you come back from Mickey Junk on Mean Street. But anyway, or is it the Spatters? Is the Spatters? It might be the Spatter one. I don't remember. In one of these, Marcus gets captured by Spatters, and the other, a bunch of Oswald's bunny children steal his Power Sparks that he found. This is a weird game. this is a weird game. Now, there's a lot of things you can do in this game that you'll basically never see me do here, because it's just not fast. A couple of those are doing the reels. Again, if you're gonna do a speed run of this game, I highly suggest doing a few runs beforehand, because your reels carry over and so do your tickets. So if you ever get behind on certain objectives, like the Sparks, you can just run to the shop and buy a few, and you'll be okay. You can also, if you're going for health upgrades, you can buy Goofy's parts, because Goofy is the only one of the animatronics that gives you a health upgrade for doing so, because you get the Oswald house unlocked, and you can go get Hortensia's locket and give it to this fucker, and he'll give you a health upgrade. We can also come and see the Usher, and I have all the film reels. So what you want to do is you want to get all the Usher's upgrades up until the last one, because the last one upgrades your maximum sketch capacity through the roof, but you only get the immense amount of sketches if you have all the sketches unlocked. So you basically have to beat almost the entire game before you can actually use it. So his last upgrade before that is the health upgrade. So we're going to do all of these until the health upgrade, basically. And then we're going to leave. So now we have an extra health point. It's just kind of nice. Is it necessary? No, but it makes navigation in a couple of areas easier. But anyway, we can just go see Marcus immediately. Yes, I know. I killed Moody. It's terrible. All right. So we already have the 5 power sparks needed here, thanks to the Usher. And there we go. We are out of here immediately. And we are off to Tomorrowland. Tomorrow City is fairly straightforward, but this is also the only area in which you should, again, be going for the animatronic parts if you're going for the health upgrades. So there is one animatronic part in the opening section where you repair the Nautilus. There is no part in the opening to Tomorrow City, but in the Great Tomorrow there is a part. So you gotta worry about that. How did that not hit me? I must have been pixels off of that. That was kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. See, that hit me. Maybe because it was shiny? Also, this set of stairs is linked to your height. I don't know if you knew that or not, but that's cool. Whoop, 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 whoop. You don't have to collect the reels anymore, but they just give you extra tickets, so I just kind of like to. I think it's like 5 tickets per already collected reel, I think. Doesn't matter. Anyway, as far as Tomorrow City goes, there's not a whole lot. It's fairly simple. Goofy will also mess you up with doing the others, because the others all have a section that doesn't have a part. Tomorrow City has 4 sections, all of which have a part of Goofy in them. So if you leave a section without getting the part, you fail. This is also home to the only section in the game in which we deviate from the thinner path. One of the only sections, actually. And that is the Great Tomorrow, because killing the Slobber will give you a golden ticket instead of Goofy's torso, which is bad. Anyway, so we're gangsters, so instead of doing this puzzle as intended, what we do is we just casually climb the spinning platforms. So we're just gonna be badasses here and just ignore the puzzle entirely. If I'm not an absolute fucking goober. Just Goomba stop that guy. God, I suck. Okay. Admittedly, I have not played this until, like, just now. So I am a little bit rusty, but that is okay. Goofy's part is over here, so we're gonna go... Actually, we're gonna paint this first, because it turns off the platforms and just makes my life a little bit easier, I think. No. No, it doesn't. Okay. Turning both on stops the platforms from rotating. Anyway, we can do that. And then we go down here, slap that on, thin that, and we can completely ignore the thinner there. I could also just jump across it, but I don't want to. I'm being kind of complicated there. You can literally just bounce across the thinner. Again, little bit of tech like that is why we get the health upgrades. Because, well, in the original, you could bounce as much as you had health. But in this game, I believe they have a 3-hit cap, so you can't just bounce across thinner gaps. You have to actually mine the gap. So, that's a shame. Also, there's a golden ticket there. I'm gonna yoink that for no real reason other than I just want it, because it's shiny. But realistically, you just jump off of it and onto the Nautilus here. Also, you can access this from either side. Fun fact. There's no collision check there. So you just kind of jump on the Nautilus and get the fuck out of there. Real simple. So there's Goofy's leg, so that's one. There are 4 parts. There's a leg and 2 arms and a torso. That's it. I don't know what happened to Goofy's other leg. We don't ask questions. It's less we have to do. These are also fairly simple, thankfully. Tomorrow City's projectors aren't bad. In fact, if you get on the back of the robot correctly, you can actually kind of ride this guy a little bit. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's a real finicky exploit there. It's just very particular. This is the only part that'll fuck you up if you're not paying attention. If you get there too early, the spark is kind of low to the ground, or a little higher up. So, depending on which cycle you get, it'll fuck you up a little bit. But it's really not the worst. I always think there's a hole there, and there isn't. That makes me look a little bit stupid, but that's okay. Again, it's been a minute. I haven't played this in a hot minute. Also, I'm talking too much. My throat is already being mean to me. That's fine. Who cares? I could refresh myself with alcohol, but we're not going to do that now, are we? No drinking while recording, guys. That's bad. You got to practice good etiquette here. But, the gate to the Great Big Tomorrow also isn't a difficult section. This is fairly straightforward, once again. We're just going to go around and flip a couple wheels. Real simple. There's not a lot to it. You can turn off all the wheels to get to the secret encounter over there on the UFO looking thing over there. But again, this isn't a 100% run, this is any percent, so we're just not going to do that. Maybe I'll do a 100% run someday, but I just don't want to. I simply do not want to. I could, but I also haven't 100%ed it myself. I am missing a single silver pin, and I do not know where it is. I cannot find it, but that's okay. Now, what we're going to do here is actually we are going to paint in a lot of this because we need the Guardian. So if we get the Guardians here, we can actually absolutely steamroll the slobber. You can also do this if you have a watch sketch, but basically a little bit of paint and then all 3 of your Guardians, paint or thinner, will essentially destroy the slobbers. Any slobber you come across. This tactic works on both the normal and red eye variants. It doesn't matter, it always works. The fastest path is this way, and then dropping down. You never go upstairs, ever. See, boom, we can now enter, but we're not going to just yet. We're going to jump down here and get a little bit more tune under our belt there. And then, that one. There, nope, not quite, not quite. You. Wow, stingy, aren't we? There we go, okay. Our Guardians have been converted to tents, or terps, is it terps? Terps or tents, I don't remember. Anyway, we have paint Guardians now. That's what we wanted. So we're going to get back up there, real quick, like this. No? I'm silly. It's okay. It's alright, Jet. It's alright, Jet. We'll just jump here. Also, sometimes when you jump in the thinner, the effect just follows you. So that's what you just saw there. The little green smoke. I don't know why it does that, but it does. Also, that guy's stuck in the floor. Anyway. Our health is of no concern. But I'm going to refill it anyway. It is no matter. Because this guy is going to be an absolute pushover. So this is how you quick kill a slobber right here. I'll show you how to do this without a watch sketch first, because this is the only instance in which we do it. So what you're going to want to do is wait until he does his attack, pump him a little bit, and then throw your Guardians. It only takes 2. The red ones take 3. So always have at least 3 guardians in the late game, because I'm pretty sure this is the only encounter of a green eye slobber. I'm pretty sure past this point they are all red eye. But there we go, we unlocked the TV sketches there. And this is also probably the only time we use it for its intended purpose. But here we go. That is the second goofy part acquired. Very simple. Tomorrowland, and it's tomorrow. I keep saying Tomorrowland. It is tomorrow. Tomorrowland in itself is a longer section. But these 3 major sections are the longest single sections of the game. I think the longest is probably Tortuga. Lonesome Manor is a close one, but Lonesome Manor has a couple of quick exploits that make it just a little bit faster. I think. I haven't actually timed these out. But overall, you can beat this whole game, finished start to end, in at most 4 hours. And truthfully, that is pretty obscene, honestly speaking. 4 hours is kind of crazy. Also, that door just kind of juked me there. It's kind of evil. It's an evil-ass door. Ooh. Almost got hit in the head there. Also, there's no reason to do that. I just like to grab one of these tickets, and then I eat shit for it. I keep forgetting that I can do that, and I should do it more often. The slam attack does save you from fall damage. Yeah, so if you're ever about to take fall damage, just press the X button, and then you don't. Press X, and then you no longer take... It's the anti-fall damage button. This game is very easy. If you ever die playing this game, you likely got stuck in a thinner pool. If you ever die during combat, you're bad. You're really bad. Like, you're really bad at the game, if that's what kills you. Genuinely, this game is not difficult. Not in the slightest. It's kind of cool, and it's got its moments of, like, pretend combat tactics, but it's really not. Your only tactic should be choosing, if you're on the paint path, which enemies to paint first. And the answer is sweepers. Well, of course sloppers if they're an option, but sweepers. In fact, sweepers should always be your priority 9 times out of 10. But anyway, we're going to completely ignore that guy and jump up here. And from here, we will jump across and just completely skip this entire section. Now, actually, I forgot. I always forget this part. It's over there. To get over there, we have to repair the tram ride, which is down here. So we're going to jump in here and paint these real quick. Sometimes. For some reason, the paint option doesn't always work. I don't know what it is. Also, this one does a spin. It's kind of cool. The small wheels spin you a lot faster. It looks really funny. But anyway, that's it. So we're done there. Now we can leave. We're also going to just kind of spam thinner here, because thinner is our friend, and we want more of it. Fuck you in the hole. Nope. Bastards. Fuck off. I can't hit him now. Well, yes I can. Ooh. Anyway. Alright, so we gotta go back up there. So yeah, normally what you do is you just thin out those platforms, but I specifically hate doing that, because it tickles my brain and it feels bad. It doesn't tickle my brain in the right way, so I just like to skip parts of the game because I think it's cool that you can do that. Yeah, I kind of fumbled there. Also, always jump after this, because there's no ground there. The amount of times I've fallen in that hole because I just jumped through it. It's so many times. Alright, so we're going to hit this, which fixes the rocket ride. And then we just kind of yeet. Hop up here. And we're going to go hitch a ride with this one. Only one of these will dump you out, I think. It used to in the first game. I haven't had it happen to me yet, because it's a 1 in 4, but there it is, yeah, that one. That one will dump you, if you're not careful. But anyway, we can leave now. But first, we gotta go pick up our boy. Is this the broken one? I was about to correct. Alright, so we're gonna use, once again, the skip tactic. Because I immediately forgot to grab his leg, because I am stupid. Fuck off. Hop. Nope. 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 Okay. Hop. Hop. Away we go. Okay. And we have his part now. Alright. So, there you go. That's one more. It is also significantly faster if you have the tickets to literally just skip this entire section. It's really not that bad. We're going to use this section to get back over here, actually. And then we're just going to leave. Because I don't want to be here anymore and it's time to leave. But that is the end of that section. Very quick. Not that difficult. It's just a lot of routing, and if you get fumbled and you go the wrong direction, it's like a huge time loss. But that's just like me being a rook. You know, if you've played this game a million times and you're like an experienced speedrunner, you're not going to make that mistake. It's more about execution of the jump, because if you miss it by a little bit, your camera will go into 2D mode, and it'll fuck up your jump. And then you have to climb back up and do the jump again. And it's just kind of annoying. I think this is a part where you can ride the robot, if you do it right. Yeah, I missed the jump, but you can jump into that guy's hitbox and he'll drag you out of the door. This part is a little harder because of these guys, and also him. But that was a good cycle, actually. So we nailed that. That was perfect, actually. Perfect execution there. Our boss for this section is Petronic, but first we have to get to the rocket and find out that the rocket has been dismantled. So we now have to go get all the parts, which is what starts the next two sections. But overall, this section is fairly simple. Tomorrow City isn't that bad. Tortuga has some cool skips if you want to do the jewels. Tortuga has this cool skip where you skip the cutscene trigger for talking to, I think it's Scurvy Pat, whatever his fucking name is. No, Starkey. Where you skip the Starkey cutscene. But there's his arm, and I know where that is, so we're going to make a little round trip and then go paint in the door on the rocket. But first, we have to get the dog tags, which are not here, and I'm sorry for disturbing your sleep, sir. We've actually gone the wrong way entirely. Ooh. Okay, so there it is. Alright, we need to get in there. So we're going to go this way. And actually, I think from here I can hit that. No, camera's not on my side on that one. And we jump now. And we clear that. And we're just going to kind of bounce over here, around the back. Gonna jump down here. Pick these up for a power spark from Horus after the fact. Do a little funky dance. Okay, it's cool and entertaining. Also, you can trigger this light effect multiple times. It's kind of cool. Anyway. Hooty-doo-doo. Hooty-doo-doo-da. We're gonna come up over here. Just grab this shiny thing because it's in front of us and we want it. Also, you never use these TV pads unless, again, you're going for 100% and you want to get the gremlins because there's a guy up there on that one over there. But we don't care. So what we're going to do is go over here and just kind of cheat and do a Minecraft move and jump around this wall. And we're going to come over here and go in here. And this will turn and give us the stairway access to get Goofy's leg or arm here. And now we're good. And there we go. We have all of Goofy's parts now. And now we can just run over here, slap that, and leave. Hide behind Gus. Because that guy can get you. And then we go. And we're off. The angle's a little fucked for some reason. Sorry, cameras, I guess. Whoopsie. But there we go. We are out of here. And now it's time to fight Pete. Painting Pete-tronic is technically faster, but yeah, we'll do it because it's technically faster. The only case in which your paint thinner capacity comes into check is when you have to go against slobbers. And again, we have a quick kill method for them, so we don't care. With this guy, he has a circle on his back, and we're going to paint it. But we just got to kind of bounce around. This first phase is easy, you just kind of run, and he literally can't get you. He's going to throw his little Tron disc at me, and I'm just going to kind of whack it. And that is the cycle of this fight. He spins around, and we paint his little thingy. And I got to fill the tank. Very simple. Painting him, I will turn off his augments slowly. Thinning him will make him weaker. And because the reason why we don't do the thinner route is very simple. And that is because, frankly, we don't want to. One. And two, doing so gives him a second phase at the end of the fight where he slowly throws his disc at you in like a weakened state. And it just adds an extra round of smacking onto the fight, which is just kind of unnecessary. We're going to try to make our way over there while we're doing this. Because we want to be on this side of things. Yeah, the boards get painted back in after this. So we're going to want to be mindful of that. We're going to start here. And charge now. See, this is where it gets difficult. We're going to chill here. Wait for the pound. You always jump after that, because if you don't, he'll stun you. And he might knock you into one of the pools. We're going to jump on this because he's difficult, like that. Get a heart there. You can also hit you midair with those, so you got to really watch it. Gimme. I see money and I want it. I somehow didn't get stunned there. That's crazy. Yeah, this is a fun little minigame. I thought I missed it there. Alright, we got to do that one more time and we're good. This is why we gotta manage our board very carefully. Oh, I can't miss the stun here. Cool. Okay, here we go. Last one. I think. Right? Unless I'm misremembering. There it is. Okay, this should be it for Petey here. And we should be done now. Bing, bing. Yep, there it is. That's the success music. We did it. Alright, he's good. There we go. And off he goes. He's out of here. Yes, yes, I know. I redeemed him. Dear God. Yes, thank you. I will not be doing the same for Hook, because doing slow is a tedious parkour process, and I don't want to. Despite how cool it is, I don't want to. You also won't be getting Daisy's parts. But there you go. That's it. That's really it. There you go. Done. Tomorrowland is fun. It's probably the most intense section of the game, just for the things you need to do. But otherwise, not that bad. Not that bad. It's not that bad. But we're going to let that load, because I don't want to fuck up the save again. But there you go. Done. There it is. We have beaten Petetronic. Boom. So that is Tomorrowland. I will see you guys in the next couple weeks when the next video comes out. Whenever that is. Also, made it to the end of the video. If you made it this far, do the YouTuber thing. Subscribe, like. Leave me a comment if you want, and give me some suggestions. I'm open to game suggestions. I have more Payday things I want to do. I got a lot of things I want to do, really. A lot of things I want to do with various games. I've got Arkham City to get to again. I've got a lot to do, actually. And this is the part where Marcus has been kidnapped. As you can see, he's down there. But there you go. And that'll be it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!